YouTube, live on the tube, live on the YouTube, live on the YouTube.
Did you D&D yours?
I did.
All right. What's up, guys? Welcome. Happy Monday. I think it's Monday at least. It's a holiday today. What's the holiday?
Somebody's birthday.
Lincoln?
Somebody's
It's always someone's birthday. Mm-hmm. How you guys doing? How was your weekend? How did you enjoy Super Bowl? Did you enjoy Super Bowl?
I did. It was good. I wasn't really rooting for any one person.
What? You got a new flavor?
I guess so.
What are you wearing? Fish oil?
Yeah, fish oil.
Yuck.
My favorite. Go Chiefs. That's all it says. Go Chiefs.
KDZ. KDZ, I'll have an update today. You know what I'm talking about. I'll have you that update today. I hope. Cross my fingers. Don't hold me to it. Don't hold me accountable.
What do you think about the Super Bowl?
I thought it was a Super Bowl. I don't know. I didn't care for either team. If I was going for a team to win, it would have been 49ers. Only because, and everyone needs to know this. Everyone needs to know this.
Well, they need to know.
The Chiefs are in the Raiders division, and I am a near and dear Raider fan. So I have to go against them. Always.
Have to.
Chargers, Chiefs, Broncos, they always got to lose.
You have to.
And we have to go against 49ers, too, because it was Battle of the Bay for many years.
Mm-hmm.
Many years. Now we're not there anymore, so I care less. But that being said, I didn't really want either to win or either to be there. But if I was going to have a team, it would have been 49ers.
I dig that Patrick Mahomes, who's like 27 years old, 28 years old, and that's badass, man. Just to see somebody performing at that level.
Three-peat?
I really enjoyed when he lost to the Patriots.
Mm-hmm.
And Brady came up like an OG and said, "You're the future of this league. Don't take this loss bad." And then that's the way an OG should go out.
Taylor's boyfriend and his friends won.
Yeah, I know, right? I know, yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
That's too funny. But it was entertaining. I liked that it was a close game. I liked that it never got too far apart. I was bummed that it was low scoring. I was hoping it would be higher scores, but that being said, it was still close.
So
up to the very end in overtime, man. That's pretty cool.
I'm like, what's going on this Sunday? They're like, well, I heard Patrick Mahomes and Taylor Swift were going to the Usher concert.
We're going to be in Vegas?
We're going to the Usher concert. I was like, that's funny.
What'd you think of the Usher performance?
That was what I thought it was horrible.
Why?
I thought it was horrible.
Okay. Kyle, we'll get to you in a second. We're talking about Usher.
Yeah, we're talking about important things.
And Taylor Swift, my favorite.
Then we'll talk about buying houses and today's interest rates.
She's getting a little old, but she's still my favorite.
So, Taylor Swift?
Yeah.
Remember the countdown?
That was a long time ago.
That was a long time
ago. I think I was a child here. I think you were counting me down. You're like, what can I get you for some beer? Kyle Pinta, if I bought a condo in October, will I get a bigger tax check this year? Interesting. Very interesting. He's talking about writing off his interest. What do you think about that?
I think it depends on a lot of things. I think you'll get more write-offs because all interest on a mortgage is deductible. But if you limited the amount that you withheld, then you never get anything back because you can go exempt under certain situations. I'm not giving you tax advice, but you can go exempt, which means the IRS holds nothing back. And if the IRS holds nothing back and you owe $2,000 at the end of the year, you got to write a check for $2,000. It gets hidden and watered into, it got pulled out of your check and they landed up holding $3,000 and then you only owe $2,000, so you get $1,000 back. It's kind of mental games, and until you start getting higher like houses and write-offs and all kinds of stuff, a lot of people don't pay attention to that. They're just like, hey, I get money at the back at the end of the year. I'm like, you know that was your money, right?
So I'm going to go off of what Kyle's saying.
Yeah.
If I bought a condo in October, will I get a bigger check this year? That implies that he receives checks every year, which implies that he has a large withholding, which implies that he gets refunds. So I'm going to say, yes, bigger.
I'm going to say maybe not, and I'm going to justify. So if you bought in October, that means you bought it and you funded it in October. You skip November. Your first payment is in December. That's if everything lined up like that. So it didn't actually register for that tax year.
That's 3 months. He has 3 months worth of interest. Just because he didn't write a check doesn't mean he didn't pay for it. And you guys should know this. When you buy a house everyone's like, hey, I get to skip a month. I get to skip a month. You're not skipping a month. You're just not coming out of
prepaying it.
pocket.
Yeah, you're prepaying it.
Yeah,
You're paying it
it's
up front.
built in. The bank's not.
Yeah.
You're not getting over on the bank, guys.
Yeah. The bank's pretty smart. They got this stuff dialed, man. They got everybody jumping at them.
Everybody trying to scam them. Everyone's trying to work around the system.
There's a lot of banks collapsing right now.
A lot of them. There's a lot of fear coming up.
Yeah.
Coming up in March.
It's like
Is it March?
Yeah, I think it's March is part of it, but like the big one, Evergrande in China collapsed, which is crazy. And it really it's complicated how it affects our economy, but it does get to our economy, so it's pretty cool.
A little bit slow for a Monday, huh?
Yeah, it's pretty slow for a Monday. Let's pull up the rates.
Nobody wants to know rates.
We all want to know what the rates are.
Let me
That's
know
why
if you
people
guys
tune
want to
in.
know rates.
We want to know what the interest rates are today.
Interest rates
Well,
are
they're playing
boring.
games. They're playing games. The interest rates, they play games with us because there's a spread, and the banks borrow money from the Fed. So the banks borrow money right now. The interest rates are 5.375 on a 15-year fixed, 5.625 on a 30-year fixed, and 6% across the board on a conventional conforming. That's not your quote. That's the quote that New American Funding's putting out. But
3. Give me a 3.
everybody wants a 3, man.
I want a 2 then.
Everybody wants a 3.
Give me a 1.5.
And I'm looking at the builders and what they're doing, and they're playing dirty birdie with people because they're saying, hey, listen, we're going to get you a 4. And if you dig into it, they use the 2-1 buy down. And if they use the 2-1 buy down, I'm standing on that story because it's getting stronger and stronger. If you bought a 2-1 buy down, and today you're priced at 6, so I have to get you in at 6, but I bought you down for 2 years. So the first year you're actually paying 4. The second year you're paying 5. The third year paying 6, which sounds great. But the problem is you've absolutely guaranteed your interest rate's going to keep going up for the next 2 years. Guaranteed. While the Federal Reserve is saying we anticipate interest rate reductions, minimum 3, all the way as much as 6 in the year of 2024. Now, for a while, everybody thought it was going to happen in March, but that went to bed real fast the last time the Fed spoke. The Fed came out and said, hey, listen, yeah, I'm not so sure things do not seem likely to change by our March meeting, but we're open to whatever happens.
What's up, Navy Mom? She didn't watch it.
What's up, Navy Mom?
She didn't watch it.
The Super Bowl?
She didn't watch Taylor Swift at all.
Not at
How
all?
could you not? How dare you?
How dare
Taylor
you?
Swift was in the Super Bowl. Not
At
at.
the-
She was in the Super Bowl.
She was in the Super Bowl?
She's part of the win.
She's closer than the Raiders
Hell
and the
yeah.
Cowboys.
Hell yeah, way closer. Actually, Cowboy made it to the freaking Super Bowl again, dude.
Who did?
You know who did?
Dak showed up?
Not Dak.
I don't know who.
Who was Dak's boss before Dak? Who was the quarterback? Romo.
Oh,
Romo was announcing,
yeah,
man.
Romo made it.
Finally made it to the Super Bowl again.
Poor guy. Can you imagine? Hey, dude, you finally get to the Super Bowl.
But you gotta announce it. You can't play it. I'm looking to buy a house this year. $100K down payment.
Damn.
$90,000 salary.
Damn.
About $250 to $300 in credit cards a month.
Damn.
That's a badass file,
That's
man.
a good file right there.
Yeah. So what is he gonna get?
I'd be very cautious with that 100K down. I'd be very cautious with that 100K down because that 100K can be used. You have to really math it out. How much should I put down? What's better? Should I buy it down? Because here's the biggest, like my funnest conversation with people. They're like, Lee,
How dare you, Navy Mom? She threw up. Up with Taylor Swift. She's a national
so
treasure.
here's one of my favorite conversations. 30-year fixed. I say, hey, listen, I can get you into a 30-year fixed right now, 5.625, 30-year fixed. Or we can do a 15-year fixed for 5.375. And the customer says, you know, I got the money, I got the income. I'm going to do a 15-year at 5.375. I say, cool, you're the boss. I'll do whatever you want. But I want you to listen to this first, okay? So at 15-year, 5.375, this is going to be your payment. At 30-year, 5.625, this is going to be your payment, okay? So there's a big difference there. However, if you went 30-year and you voluntarily just made the payment that the 15-year would be and applied the excess to principal, exclusively to principal, this won't take you 15 years to pay off. You'll pay it off in about 12, maybe 13.
Man, you're entertaining as hell.
I know.
When are the interest rates going down, man?
Tuesday.
Tuesday. Be ready tomorrow.
Tuesday.
This Tuesday
one
or
of
next
these
Tuesday?
I don't know which Tuesday,
I'll
but it's going to be
gladly
a Tuesday.
pay you today for a burger
Hamburger
next,
Tuesday. Yeah, that was pretty cool.
I don't know. How's it
Remember
go?
that
How's it
was?
go?
Do you know who that was?
I'll gladly
Pay you today for a Hamburger Tuesday.
No. He took the hamburger today. I'll gladly pay you Tuesday for hamburger today.
Yeah, for hamburger today.
Wimpy. Is it Wimpy?
Yeah, it was Wimpy. It's Wimpy. Yeah.
All right. Estrella Cooper. I don't know what that means. When is a good time to get a house? When's a good time to get a house, Lee?
Estrella, whenever you're qualified and your life lines up, that's the time. That's
Boom.
the time. Like,
Boom.
the problem is going to be in about probably 6 months or 9 months, it's going to be a buyer's market again. Right now, it's a seller's market. What does that mean? That means that if you're selling a house, no, I'm sorry, flip that. Right now, it's a buyer's market. In about 6 to 9 months, it's going to be a seller's market. What does that mean? If you're selling a house, $500,000, you put it on the market. Well, right now, you don't get a lot of offers because interest rates are kind of high and the environment is not perfect for that. Weird.
Smells
So,
good.
because of that, the buyer gets to choose. And the reason that is because there's not a lot of buyers out there. However, in about 6 to 9 months, when interest rates start to come down, and all of a sudden there's an influx of buyers, you put that same house on the market, $500,000. That first weekend on Monday, there'll be 10 offers.
Dang.
10 offers. And then because these are brand new people, 30% of them will be lowball offers.
Lowball.
Yeah, because they're thinking, hey, you know, these people are desperate to sell this $500,000 house. I'm going to offer them $450,000. We'll see what they say. Well, you know what? They don't have to say anything. They can just say, nah. They
No
can
response?
not. They have to say thank you. That's it.
That's it.
Then there's the 30% that'll come in at price. So $500,000. They're like, hey,
We got this.
We'll give you that. Yeah. But here's my terms. I want 90 days close, or I want this, or I want this, whatever.
Closing cost credit.
Yeah, closing cost credit. Then there's that 30% that'll come in above. And if you were selling and you had 30% that lowballed you, 30% that came in at price, and 30% that came above price, what would you do? You would do what everybody does. You'd say, buy to the lowballer, buy. The at price, thank you, we appreciate you. We're not going to send you away, but we're going with another offer. And then you'd go to the ones that overpriced you, and you'd create a new market. And by creating that new market, you've started the prices going up in houses. So, if you're waiting for the interest rates to go down, you're waiting for an environment wherein you will have to compete. If you're able to do it right now, you won't have to compete so much. So,
Hey, Karen Dazzala is saying that in her opinion, that depends on the area. Right now, she's coming up against multiple offers.
oh,
And
check
this
that out.
is my fear,
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah.
Not for us, for you. My fear is for you buyers, because what Karen's saying is that the competition is already there.
Dorothy Vital, are you guys hiring? We are. We're always looking for good loan officers, and we're always working with good realtors. There's a lot to it, but give us a call.
Yeah, slide into the DMs.
Yeah,
See if we can
slide
get you a
into
spot.
the DMs.
Chris
Actually, text us.
says, is it true starting 2024, 1 year of taxes needed only? This is my brain going crazy with this marketing, because people are putting stuff out like,
Yeah.
for the first time ever.
It's been that way forever.
Forever,
It's
Chris.
forever. It's a special scenario. It's called a 1 year LP accept. Freddie 1 year LP accept. They like to market it just like they marketed the Dream for All program or the 2-1 buy down. That one's pissing me off because I know the rates are coming down and the builders are using the 2-1 buy down to basically deceive the buyers. And the buyers, it looks really good. It's really hard to argue, hey, I got a 4% interest rate and I'm giving you a $10,000 credit. It's really hard to argue that that's not the better move. And you have to be a sophisticated person in order to understand it. Because you see 10 G's, you're like, yeah, 10 G's is better than not 10 G's. Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Looking for a $500,000 house to put $100,000 towards it. The question is, user 2897, is when are you going to reach out to us so we can make sure you get that house?
We got to make sure.
So what do we got to do? We need a commercial.
If you need a badass loan, call a badass loan officer. You can reach a badass loan officer at New American Funding. Chris and Lee are your badass loan officers at New American Funding. Screenshot this and then text us, and we will call you back.
Booyah. You don't even do the special effects anymore.
Dude, you
just don't care. You don't even care.
You did.
You didn't even call me pretty.
Dude, I didn't call you pretty
Nope.
today.
Knuckle game. I don't think interest rates are coming down much lower.
Knuckle game. I hate to break your knuckle game bubble, but the
We'll never see 4%
chairman of the Federal
again, he
Reserve,
said.
yeah, the chairman of
Ever.
the Federal Reserve has really strongly said we are going to get inflation down to 2%. And the whole board has said they anticipate 3 to 6 interest rate reductions in the year 2024. Currently, if you went to our New American Funding website, you would see that a 15-year is at 5.375. You can get there by going to our profile, going to cool stuff, and you'll see 5.375. If I just do your standard 25 basis point cut each time, you will be in the high fours just with that straight math. Now, is that a perfect scenario, high fours? No. You have to have a big FICO score, a big down payment, a low DTI, a low DTI. So all of that stuff has to come into effect. But I strongly believe, I could be wrong. So could Jerome Powell, and so could all the stock market people, and so could, if you really watch these people and you watch enough of them, don't just listen to one. Don't just go like, hey, Jim Cramer told me things are going south. We're about to die next week. You better catch up.
Conspiracy theory.
Yeah, I know. It's turning too crazy.
Well, that's
yeah.
the truth, though. If we had another...
But if you listen to enough smart people, enough of them, and you start to go, hey, you know what? This kind of makes sense. You'll understand that the Fed really has a lot of power over the government. A lot of power. Not a little bit, a lot of power. And you think it's just the interest rate. It's not. It's quantitative easing and quantitative tightening. Recently, they've been quantitative tightening, which means they're pulling money out of the economy. But as soon as they believe they've got inflation at where they need it to be, they're going to stop the quantitative tightening, pause on that, and then maybe even quantitative easing, which means there's more money involved, which means interest rates go down, which means we go into a crazy economy again, and the cycle starts all over again. Just math.
Well, yeah, Chris is calling me after 5.
All right, cool.
Ha!
All right.
Shows you,
right,
Mr.
let's
I
do
want
it.
to talk about rates.
Hi, Chris. This is Chris. Which Chris are you talking to? I don't know, Chris.
I know who I am.
All right, cool.
Chill out.
All right, cool. What do you got?
That's why building is a great time to build, said Gary.
It is a. Builders are killing
Dude,
it.
can
right
you help?
now.
Can you help a builder?
Yeah, we
can you help
can.
someone that wants to build a house?
Yes, we can.
Can you help someone with land?
Yes, we can.
Can you help someone in New York?
Yes, we can.
Dude, leaps and bounds in the
Yeah,
last
when
month.
we first started doing
Leaps
this, we
and
couldn't say yes to
bounds.
all that stuff. But because of our vast reach, we have figured out avenues to help with everything, including New York.
Whites, Mexican, you okay?
All right.
Will you do a program on getting small business loans?
No.
That's
No.
not our forte.
Yeah, that's a hard no. Nope. Not, we don't do business loans.
Knuckle Game said, we'll never see 4% again.
Yeah. Yep.
Patrick Kraft said, does a commercial grantor on crop loan inquiry on your credit a week before closing hurt you?
Probably a lot. There's something called a Schedule F. And the Schedule F, like, shoots a freaking hole right in the loan. Because there's two different verticals. One of them is, hey, I'm getting a loan. The other one is, this is how I make my living. If you file a Schedule F, which is farming, if you file a Schedule F, the bank can't just come in and foreclose because it's also how you make your living. So they go, whoa, we don't want these loans, and they back off.
All right, there you go.
All right.
So, all that to be said, do you do land loans? Bree, you heard it here. Land loans.
Yep.
We can make it happen for you. You going to get a house or what? Or a land? Shadow. What? Wait, what? Did you say about corporate buying homes on LLC? I'm going to assume that is.
What did you say about corporate buying home? Corporates, we don't finance corporations. We only finance people. Left video by accident. Dude, you can't do those accidents anymore. You can't. You could have had that one piece of information that changed your life.
How long after submitting all your info can you expect to hear from y'all's team? Asked Danny. Danny, text me after this. Or text me right now.
Yeah.
And I'll
Just so you
figure out
guys
where
know,
your file sits.
we get a lot of inquiries, and we want to respond to everybody. We have a lot of licensed loan officers on our team who help us. Let's shout out to Jerry. Help me. Aurora. Gordon.
Ryan.
Sean.
Martha.
Slow
Lee.
down, dude. Lee.
Chris.
So there's 7 licensed loan officers.
How do you not know who's
you can
involved
always
in our
have-
business?
You can
How
always,
do you not know these people?
dude.
Do they know you?
You're gonna cause trouble at the
Do they
fucking water
even know
cooler
you?
today.
Do they even know
They
you?
don't even know exist. So we all work together. We talk all the time. You can talk to us anytime you want, but we get so many inquiries that we really want to help people, and all these licensed loan officers are here to help you too.
Dude, why you sound so nervous?
I'm nervous.
You're gonna be scared by that water
Very
cooler.
nervous. Yeah.
There's no 0 down home loan.
All right.
User 2156.
User 2156. If you believe
It's a
that,
catch.
good for you.
It's a
There's
catch.
always a catch. Yeah, loan, catch. Yeah, semantics, because, hey, if you decide I want to get into a house with 0 down, is there a catch? Yes, there is. But the whole loan's a catch. The whole loan is, hey, listen, if I borrow $500,000.
Dang, Danny coming with the chiles.
If I borrow $500,000, by the time I'm done, I pay back $1.2 million to the bank and $500,000.
Nobody cares about your numbers. No
Right.
one. Not a single person. But Danny gave us 30 chiles.
Do you work together like in commission? Who do I call? Chris and Lee. We're a team, which means we make the same paycheck.
No, he means like, who do I call you? Do I call you Lee? Do I call you Chris? Like, how do I do this? I'm Chris.
I'm Lee.
I don't care who he is.
Uh-huh.
He's just sitting there taking up space.
I guess.
No Long Island. What'd that mean? That's where the Great Gatsby lived.
And we do Long Island's in New York.
Dude, you know stuff.
I know stuff.
Look at this guy. Don't you want to hire him?
Long
right now?
Island's in New York.
He knows
yeah,
stuff.
I done graduated. No, I
On
didn't.
average, how long does it take to close?
On average, well, I don't know if there really is an average, but most escrows are 30 days. So we can do them faster if everything's clean. Like we can do it in 11 days if everything's clean.
Can you do it faster than that?
We can do it
With NAF cash?
with NavCash faster. We can do it in 3?
Ooh-wee.
No, 5. I think it's
5
5.
days?
5 days with NavCash, yeah.
You got it,
Dude, we
Danny.
got 30 chilies, and Danny sent a hat. You guys are badass. Thank you, Danny.
Danny don't mess
You're
around.
badass.
I gotta get her
You
an update.
badass. Danny, get her update, man.
Shadow. Corpse buy the homes and price out of the regular buyers. Can't compete. Only $550K handyman special. So
I don't
he's
know what that
right.
means,
So what he's
yeah.
saying is that all these corporations are coming in and buying up the properties and
Yeah.
then selling them for more and renting them for more, and
Yep.
he can't compete because he's on a handyman special of only $550K. So were you pre-qualified for only $550K?
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying? And if so, reach out to us, man. Let's see if we can get you more.
Danny's just sending us some stuff, man. Danny.
Are we
Danny,
rich? Does this make us rich?
Danny.
You can't make us rich, Danny, because I'll stop doing loans.
Yeah, we're gonna be like.
You have to call him. I care about your numbers.
I appreciate
All right,
you, Danny.
we love
Thank
it.
you very
We
much.
love
Sent
it.
us caps. Somebody else cares. Okay, what else we got? What else we
Estrella
got?
wants to know, how does she pay off credit cards, man?
Estrella.
How does she?
When you're paying off your credit cards, there's a method. And if you're doing it not buying a house, it's different than if you're doing it buying a house. So if you're buying a house, you're trying to get the most bang for your buck on a monthly basis. If you're not buying a house, you're trying to do the most bang for your butt from a bang for your buck on an interest rate basis.
For your butt.
Yeah, bang for your butt. So whatever. Anyway, they're a little bit different, but if you need help, give us a call. We'll help you out.
Me, 165,000 house, 6.7 interest rate, 0 down, 5K for closing, no PMI, 1350 payment after everything.
Congratulations, me. I
good for
think.
you.
Yeah, good for you, man. We're happy when you get a house. We're happy when you fund a loan. We're even happy when you fund with another loan officer.
I want to
We're
know what
way happier
program
when you fund with
used.
us.
I
Yeah.
want to use what program you used because you
Yep.
said 0 down with no PMI, which doesn't smell right.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
You did that?
Yeah.
Wow.
And if it is right, I want to know what it is. Me,
Dude, me. We gotta know. 6.7 sounds like half a.
that's a high rate.
Yeah,
that would
that's a
have
half a.
PMI.
Yeah.
That would have
Half a
PMI.
would have a PMI.
I'm not rich, so probably not. LMAO.
All right, cool.
I'm saying,
Let's
does that
make it
make
work.
us rich?
All right.
Like, what does that mean when you give us
Oh,
all those hearts and diamonds and all that stuff, Dan? You got
We
to
love
teach
you,
me.
Dana. You're teaching us some good stuff, man.
Shadow said, yeah, but even if you qualify me for more than 550, the mortgage will be ridiculous. And I agree with you, man. The higher you go,
Yeah, but
it's
everything's
expensive.
relative, man. Everything's relative.
Well, here's the thing, and I shared this last week. So, looking for a deal that doesn't exist for regular home buyers. It does not exist. You don't have the time. You don't have the finance. Like there's businesses right now, like Lee himself will fly to Texas to look at a house to see if there's a deal there. And We don't have that. Normal people don't have that. So what you have to do is get in if you can, when you can, and just ride it up because it's going to happen. Even during the down times, you're still going up in up and down in an upward fashion. So Shadow, I'm going to recommend get in while you can because
Get
as
in where you
prices
fit
get
in.
up,
Too short.
get in where you fit in. Man, that was 1994, I think.
Wow.
So get in while you can. Buy a house. Take advantage of the write-offs. Take advantage of the appreciation. Cash out if you want. Live in it. Build your retirement. Get in while you can. Bike life. I like that. How do you get a home with these interest rates? Isn't it better to wait? Maybe Trump will win?
Bike life.
I don't think it's going to help you, kiddo.
Yeah, the Trump thing, I don't think it really affects our economy. There's cycles.
Yep.
They're cycles. It's going to sound like, hey, things are getting better because the election is coming here, and there's some truth to that a little bit. But there's actually laws that don't allow the president to replace certain people immediately after they get in, and one of them is the chairman of the Federal Reserve. So it's a little different. But it's just a market. It's a market. So if there's buyers and there's somebody selling, that's a market. Well, if like people for the last 6 months, people have been trying to sell that $500,000 house and they can't. So you know what they have to do? It's a market. They drop the price, and then the market comes down. And then if it doesn't sell, they drop the price. And if it doesn't sell, they keep dropping the price until it sells, and then that's the market. But as soon as the buyers start coming in, well, guess what they're going to do? They're going to go, well, now I'm going to raise the price because I can get more money for it. And I can get more money. And I can get more money. And then what happens is this pent-up demand of all the buyers have been sitting on the sidelines start to really come in and power the market. And before you know it, that market is going up, 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 up. Oh, Danny's making me super happy. I don't even know why. Danny, you're badass. Thank you, Danny. Danny giving us all kinds of stuff. So it's just the market. And what happens is if you buy now when it's more of a buyer's market, and the reason it's a buyer's market is because if you have the pre-qual for $500,000, you get to choose. So that's the buyer's choice. That's a buyer's market. If there's 10 offers coming in every weekend, well, then the seller gets to choose who they sell to. That's a seller's market. So right now, if you got qualified, because there's not so many qualified, you are in a buyer's market and you kind of run the show. But in about 6 to 9 months, when the interest rates start going down, according to Chairman of the Federal Reserve, Jerome Powell, now all these buyers are going to come in and the market starts going up, 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 up. So is it a good time to buy? It's really dependent. It's subjective. Are you in a good spot where you're making income? Do you have the down payment? Can you afford it? Can you qualify? If all of those things are met, then you say, yeah, probably yes. This is probably the better time. But if you're just like waiting for, you don't even qualify now and you're just hypothetically thinking, then no, not even if everything was perfect in the market, you're not ready. So that's it.
Thank you for that data, me. I'm gonna look into that, see what that's about. Chris, if you qualify for a house price $530, what would my income after expenses would have to be? Question mark. With zero debt and a 680. So the 680 is good. Zero debt's good.
Probably about 125,000.
I was gonna actually say just above 100K. Yeah, probably.
Yeah, maybe 100. Yeah, probably 115. You can get away with 115 probably on it. Yeah.
Dang, me, you already have equity in that property. Good job, man.
What?
Danny, giving us the data. You got to go into your account under the live settings, and it'll let you know how much you can cash out.
Danny,
based on how many gifts you've received.
Danny,
you might be rich.
Danny, we love you. Thank you very much.
Dude,
we
look what she
appreciate
did.
you. Danny's sending us all kinds of. She sent you
hearts, a Fitbit.
Danny sent you a Fitbit.
I think
she wants you to get. She wants to get in shape.
I want a Fitbit.
Dude,
you know
she
why?
wants to
For
get in
sleep.
shape. She's
For
like, hey.
sleep.
No, Fitbit is so you can go work out.
No, Fitbit actually monitors more than just how
Danny's
fast
telling
you're running.
you need to get in shape.
No, she was caring about my health. She don't care about yours. She's like, you're
Danny,
at the end of yours anyways.
Danny, I think we need to give her a Fitbit. I think so.
And she gave me lightning bolts and ice cream.
Dude, just in case.
That's why she gave me Fitbit, because she gave me ice cream.
Coded. Boo!
She's like, here's some ice cream.
Here's some lightning bolts.
Here's a Fitbit.
And here's a lightning bolt. Boop! All right, cool.
Dude, why do you want me to die?
Rajvinder, what's up? Oh, you just moved it. Dude, I can't keep up.
Of course I'm moving it.
Dude, I can't keep up. Thank you on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. We got people on YouTube. We got any questions? None on YouTube. We never get any on YouTube. We got them on all the other platforms, but not on YouTube.
Yeah. Better if you qualify money for less than $550. My mortgage would be ridiculous. Yep, you're right. Too expensive. How do you get a home loan with these interest rates? Isn't it better to wait? We already read that.
Yeah, we read that one, yep.
Or maybe just refi when rates go down, I guess.
So Bike Life, that's probably the best move. Now, here's the thing. If you got a loan officer who is just after commission, the minute it drops 50 basis points, which is 0.5%, they're going to say, hey, I think it's a good idea to refi. And it's not entirely wrong, but they're trying to make a commission at that moment. But then when it drops more, they're going to say, hey, I think it's a good idea to refi. What they're not telling you most of the time is that you restart the 30-year clock, and every time you do that, it adds money to the loan because the refinance costs money. So you have to strategically do that so that you do it once and then you're done.
Salsa Luna in the house.
What's up, Salsa Luna?
Navy Mom said, hey, how can they say zero down? What's the catch? Any thoughts?
Well, zero down means that you're going to put zero out of your pocket. That's what they're writing on, the zero down. But the truth is that it is a program and none of them are free. People are like, hey, there's a catch. Yeah, there's always a catch. I mean, if you haven't been around in life long enough, there's always a catch. Sometimes it's a silent second and you have to pay it when you refinance or you sell the property. Sometimes it's a really high interest rate and you can't get out of it even if you try. You have to pay all the money back plus interest. So there's a catch on all of them. There's no free money. Even the Dream for All program, which sounds like, hey, we'll give you 20%. Sounds amazing. Till you dig into it and you say, hey, I'm in business with the state of California and they didn't give me shit. I want it back. They want it back. They want every penny back. If you're making a decent wage, they want every penny back plus appreciation. Wait, what? Yes, they want appreciation. If your house went up $400,000 in value, they want their portion of that $400,000. The only catch is if you can prove you were poor for the last 2 months, they'll take a little bit less, 75%. So there's always a catch. Always, always. There is no free lunch.
Raj Vinder, we skipped this one actually.
All right,
what
cool.
if you create the market, but the home doesn't appraise? So it sounds like you tried to create the market and it just didn't work.
Yeah, that the appraisal is the appraisal. That is unfortunately the fair market value as an appraiser sees it, and they got a license and they have to stand behind it. There's some dirty birdie tricks we can play, but it's not going to change much. Like, for instance, if it's a conventional loan, we can say, hey, let's just cancel this whole loan and start all over from scratch, get a new appraiser. But the truth is the appraisers have this formula and it's not very far off. They have to go like, hey, square footage of all of the average house, and they pull the same data. So unless something significantly changed in the last few weeks, you're probably going to get about the same. And we've tried it. We've tried many a time to go, let's cancel this whole thing and just get a new appraiser out.
And install a pool.
And then
You're not going to get your
it
money
comes
back.
it comes in right at, I mean, maybe a little bit, a couple $100 one way or the other, but they're pretty dead on that stuff.
Quick, add a third story.
Yeah, hurry.
You can't do that?
No.
Thank you for sharing the live, Raj Vinder.
Thank you.
Tony in Orlando, Florida. Hey, what's going on with Disney World down there, man? You getting a lot of drama?
Do you think rates will drop to 4%?
This year.
This year, no. This year, oh, wait a minute. Maybe. By fours, I mean 4.99, 4.875. We might hit that last quarter, the end of last quarter. Maybe. I don't know. I don't have a crystal ball, but I do listen to a lot of smart people, and here's what they're telling me. This is going to happen, and it's not going to start until third quarter. We're only middle of first quarter, which means everybody thought, oh, things are going to get better in 2024. They are, but towards the end of 2024. In 2025, I think things are going to be screaming economy 2021 style again.
Ooh, 2021.
Yeah.
What are the lowest rates you guys are seeing out there?
Legitimate rates, probably 5.375. Bullshit rates, I see 4 all the time. And the 4, if you get into the little asterisk and you dig down, it says your real interest rate is 6, but we use the 2-1 buy down and you're paying 4, but you're really going back to 6. So bullshit rates, I see 4, but legitimate 5.375.
Okay, Navy Mom over here. I live in Cali. I own a home in Arkansas. I want to buy another home in Arkansas that is listed at 35. How much do I need down payment?
35K?
Yeah, that's what it says.
35,000? You sure?
You gotta buy that cash.
That's
yeah.
badass.
So
Yeah.
is it supposed to be 35 or 350, Navy Mom?
Yeah, if that's 35K, you can't get a loan on it. There's no way you can get a loan on that because
Personal, maybe.
because the truth is you can go get a credit card. You can put that on a credit card. $35,000, you can put that on a credit card. So it's not a FHA, VA, conventional, Fannie, Freddie. It's none of that stuff. So that, by the way, those loans start at about 80 to 100 grand. Right around 80 to 100 grand is when the mortgages start to make sense. And that's because there's a law passed called HPM, high price mortgage, which if the fees exceed a certain percentage of the mortgage, they become
Gs.
illegal. 35 G's for a house? Shit, you put that on a credit card.
Yeah.
That's badass. Yeah, if you have the ability, half down, half on a credit card, that's 35,000 for like a real house. That's
How
badass.
many rooms?
Yeah, that's badass, man. That's badass.
Owner finance, maybe. Yeah, carry back.
Yeah, you could do an owner finance carry back. You could put down X amount of dollars and then they finance it back. There's a lot of
Subject to? Might be a subject to.
Yeah, but be careful with that. Be careful with that. Cool.
Why be careful with that?
Because the subject, there's a bunch of guys out there that are saying, hey, here's what you do. You just do it subject to. But they don't realize they're toying in the legal world. And they'll hurt the buyer and the seller. They'll hurt both the buyer and the seller.
So what you're saying is don't
they
drop your
care.
own documents.
Don't drop your own documents and don't
3
pretend
bed,
you're
1 bath.
Yeah, don't pretend you're an attorney because you're not.
Yeah, don't do that.
Unless you are.
Don't do that, man. All right, got a bunch of questions popping. You ready?
What we got? What we got?
What's the low? Okay, currently looking into getting a house. Denise.
Denise, we're here for you, Denise.
Denise needs a good loan officer.
Yes, Denise.
That's us.
Oh, if you need a badass loan, call Badass Loan Officer. Your badass loan officers are at New American Funding, Chris and Lee. You can screenshot this, but you better hurry because it's going to disappear now.
Daniel Cash. We make $177,000 a year. Credit is around $650 and pay about $7,000 monthly. What can we afford? They want to buy a house.
So let me tell you what I would do real fast, super math. If your 7K is going out monthly, I would do that times 12. So that's 84,000. I would subtract 84,000 from 177,000 and say you make about $85,000 a year for purchase price. Purchase price, $85,000 a year, starts you at probably $350,000, somewhere in that range. But then I would say that $7,000 a month, let's see what we can do to drop that down because there's many things we can do.
All right. Denise said I have a business, but she's asking me for the last 2 years' income. I only have 1 year and 7 months. Will that affect my chances?
Hugely, Denise. Hugely. If that's your only income from a business, the guideline says 2 years. The guideline says 2 years. So there are some times when you just started the business and you were Schedule C before, and or a Schedule 1 or a Schedule A, we can say, hey, no, we've been in business and we just have to prove that income. So that's the timeline, but I do need 2 years of your business income, and then we can make it work.
And I would like to talk to you. I would like to ask you some questions to figure out what you were doing before. Because Lee and I are kind of the Mr. Miyagi way of trained when it comes to loans. So it's very unconventional, but probably the most successful way at approaching loans. So you need to call us. If anyone can do it, we can. What's the lowest interest rates on down payment assistance right now, Lee?
On down payment assistance, you could probably get away with 6.25. 6.25. That's
not
with
bad.
the DAP. Yeah, that's pretty good. 6.25 with the DAP.
Buy a car before closing, said Cole.
Don't. See how fast that was?
Buy
Don't.
a car
Yeah.
and get some furniture.
Yeah, don't. We've had so many people kill their escrows because they went out and bought furniture.
Yep.
They don't qualify anymore.
Yep. And we're not talking about someone that's on here because you're fine. I already know that one.
All right. Wow, there's a hidden toe there.
Yeah, there is. Regina's Exodus. What if the 35K house is on rural land population? Treat? A teat?
A teat?
I don't know what that means.
I don't know.
But she said, Navy Mom did say that $35,000 property does need work.
Yeah, you're going to need to do that one. There's no banks that will fund a house that needs work. So you're buying an investment property. It's 35 grand. Even if that goes bad, you could sell it for 35 grand.
Right?
I know.
Maybe more. Where is it in Arkansas? What is the exact address? Made $55K for 2 years. Credit score around 700. What can I afford?
55K for 2 years. Probably you're starting 260, 270, 280. Depends.
Cole said, take all your money out of the bank. Cash is king in mortgage world. In all caps, he yelled at you. Like
All
this.
right.
Ah!
Take all your money out of the bank. All right. Cash is king. So, Cole, here's the problem with that. Let's just say you took 100 grand out and you walked up to closing with 100 grand in cash, like 2 briefcases and a bodyguard. 100 grand doesn't take that much, huh? Like, actually, one briefcase, not even a briefcase.
Dude,
a
remember
lunchbox.
Pay attention to John Wick.
A lunchbox.
When did they get out of bed?
A lunchbox. and a lunchbox and I don't think you need a bodyguard for 100 grand, huh? I'm just getting all dramatic.
Dude, I
on
got
this
that
shit.
rock right here.
But the minute you got to escrow
No, I
with
don't.
100 grand in the lunchbox, you say, "Here's my 100 grand." They like, "Hey, we can't use that." Why? Because it's cash. Can't use cash. Has to be in the bank. Anyway,
Oh, would you recommend down payment assistance programs? Is it the interest rate too different than FHA? Is the
So,
interest rate too different?
down payment assistance programs. In a perfect world, no. In a perfect world. But most people don't live in a perfect world. I don't live in a perfect world. So, if the down payment assistance program is the difference between you getting house and not getting house, yes, I recommend it. Absolutely. But if you've got money in the bank, a great credit score, and you can do it without the down payment assistance program, I don't recommend it. I'll actually give you the pitch. I'll say, hey, listen, this is yours. You're the boss. You tell me what to do. I'll send the ship in that direction. But here's my advice. If you've got the money and you can do it all yourself, do it all yourself. Don't go into a down payment assistance program because all of them have a catch. That being said, if you cannot get a house without this down payment assistance program, I highly recommend you use that down payment assistance program. So there's the answer.
Actually, can I go through a scenario?
Yeah, go
kind
ahead.
of story
Yeah.
time
Do
right
it,
now.
do it.
Story time.
Do
Story
it.
time.
Do it.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you the question. I already know you know the answer, but I want to share it with them. Okay, so if I said, hey, Lee, I'm going to give you 2 options. I'm going to give you $25,000. Actually, the scenario I'm thinking about is $10,000, but I had to go higher, so it makes more sense.
25,000. Got it.
I'm going to give you $25,000 cash money right now, or I'm going to give you a penny starting today,
Okay.
and it will double every single day for the next 30 years. Which option do you want to choose?
Me or the average guy?
Let's go with the average guy.
The average guy is going to take $1,000 a day.
25,000.
Yep.
So take 25 grand.
Yep.
Okay. But if you take the second option, what happens?
End up with $1 million.
You end up a millionaire,
Yeah.
right? Okay. So I'm actually going through a scenario right now where we have a buyer in escrow, okay? And they're at a builder, and the builder is giving them $10,000 for seller credit, which means they get to keep $10,000 in their pocket. The scenario I gave you was much higher, but they're going to keep $10,000 in their pocket. And I told them, here's what you're going to pay the amount anyway, okay? If you go with the builder, you're going to save 10 grand, and then you're going to refinance later, and that amount's going to get paid for.
Okay.
If you go with us, you are going to pay 10 grand more out of pocket today, but your long-term savings is going to save you so much more, thousands of dollars over time. Unfortunately, they're going with the $10,000 to save today.
Yeah.
But we're going to get a call in about a year, and we're going to let them know how much that savings did not save
Far
them.
worse. Far worse.
Okay,
This
far
actually has
worse?
happened far worse. We get a call in 45 days and the escrow fell apart. Can you save it? We've had that happen in the last 2
And
months.
give me the same deal you were
Yes,
going to give me.
and yeah, we had that happen in the last 2 months. Somebody went to a builder, then the builder fell apart. The builder don't give a shit, by the way. They don't care about the people. They got somebody next, and they called us, and we're like, hey, can you save it? We're like, save it? Shit. And we landed up saving it. We did. It was really strange. I want to go to that one guy who says, hey, I found a lender who can refinance for free for the next 13 months. Go right there. I believe I found a mortgage lender who can refinance for free within 13 months if rates drop. Group time one. First off, congratulations. But I'm going to fill you in on some stuff that's really, really difficult to get your head around, okay? First off, that 13 months sounds cute, but New American Funding is actually offering 5 years. 5 years. So now, I'd like to say that's, hey, super win, we kill everybody on the market, but they're both kind of bullshit. They're not all bullshit, but they're kind of bullshit. Here's why. Because New American Funding says, hey, listen, we're not going to charge the bank fee on your refi for the next 5 years, which is true. Now, if you actually understand loan documents, the bank fee is $1,495. That's what New American Funding charges, $1,495. Now, what you heard is a free refinance, and they allow you to hear free refinance. But guess what parts aren't free because they can't cover it? That's going to be title, escrow, and all the things that have to be rebuilt. Do you think that notary is going to run around for free? No, they're not going to run around for free. They get $300 a signing. They're gonna want their money. You think title's gonna do it for free? No. You think escrow's gonna do it for free? They're not going to. But the bank gets to say, hey, listen, if you refinance within the next 5 years, we won't charge you. And they're not really lying because they're not charging you the bank fee. They'll forego $1,495. Do you know why they'll forego $1,495? Because if you bought a $500,000 house and you paid for it all the way through to term, you will have paid $1.7 million by the end of the term. $1.7 million, which means the bank made $1,200,000 for lending you $500,000. And all they had to do is tell you, we'll do your refinance free for the next 13 months.
But if it's 14 months, we're going to charge you.
Yeah, New American Funding does it for 5 years. And when they tell us that, I'm like, I get how you want me to sell it, but it sounds so deceptive. I'm going to sell it what it really is. Yes, New American Funding will waive their bank fee of $1,495. You are still going to have to pay for the notary. You're going to have to pay for title. You're going to have to pay for escrow. You're going to have to pay for impounds. And yes, they're going to tell you get an impound check back. And that's true, but it's a lot of stuff going on and there's still going to be costs. They'll build it into the loan so you don't feel it in your pocket. And the problem with that is you think you actually got it for free. You didn't if you read the paperwork. So, how do I feel about that 13-month? Meh.
Okay.
A little hardcore.
JT, me and
Is
my
that a little
wife,
hardcore?
Me and my wife paid off our debt 2 days ago. Debt free. Now to enjoy our money.
Ah,
Okay.
enjoy that, man.
All right,
Enjoy it. Party.
How long does the money have to be in the bank for a down payment if it is a gift? Oh, Fabiola. Don't. Okay, so 2 things. The gift has to be season 2, so it has to already be in that person's bank. Okay, so if it's coming, let's say I'm grandpa and this is my granddaughter. So the money comes in and I have the money. It's been there. I'm grandpa, so the money's been there. And then she says, hey, grandpa, can I borrow the money? I say, of course you can, granddaughter. And then what happens is the money stays in my account. It does not go to the person I'm giving it to. It's a gift, okay? At the close of escrow, they will wire that money in. So this person's going to wire their money in. I'm going to wire my money in. It's all done. No move of money. So this does have to be there. Had already been there. But don't move the money until the end. So Fabiola, if you need help, give us a call.
Mm-hmm.
Group time. I believe I've found a mortgage lender who can refinance for free within... Oh, you read that
Yeah,
one.
we did that one, yeah.
Okay. New American Funding has an arbitration clause in their client agreement, hence I wouldn't use it, said Group Time. And he did a crying face.
New American Funding has an arbitration clause in their client agreement. Okay, Group 1, I don't. All right, good for you, man.
Everybody does.
Why are you here? Yeah, everybody has an arbitration clause. Yeah, I don't. Good for you, man. Go with Wells.
I don't
Bank
borrow
America.
any money from anyone ever.
Yeah, okay.
Daniel Cash said I forgot to mention my ex lives in an old house. Lawyers make pay for it if we can still buy a house.
I'm missing that part. I'm missing something.
My ex lives in the old house. Lawyers make pay for it.
The
Can
lawyer
we
made
still
me
buy a
pay for it.
house?
Can we still buy a house?
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe it's gonna depend on debt to income ratio and the type of loan you have. Because if you're still stuck on that FHA loan, you probably won't get another FHA loan if it was an FHA. If it was a conventional or a VA, then you might be able to. But that should have been settled in, I think, the divorce. I don't know. The question's a little muddy right there. Cool.
Elwood, 80K loan, 42K paid, 300 a month in debt, 740 FICO score. Are you just telling us what you have?
I know, Elwood. Good job, man. Congratulations. We're happy for you.
Extra large sweatshirt.
Yeah.
No hair.
Wow.
That's what I have. Or
Dude,
don't have.
you own that shit. You're like, I'm owning this
No,
shit.
I got some.
I'm going freaking the rock on
I'm
this.
different. Chris, can you show the formula on the screen for 530K loan, monthly payment, 0 debt, 680 score? I'll do you better, Chris. Call us one-on-one and I'll break it down for you, just for you.
Yep.
Group time, already answered that one. If you can't just adjust your DTI, can you put more money down instead? Look at Chan coming with
Yeah,
options.
Chan's coming with solutions, not just options.
Ooh, Chan.
That's a solution.
Ooh,
Yeah,
Chan.
that's a
That's what I'm
solution.
gonna call you.
Yeah, if you
Ooh,
got a
Chan.
lot of money, you just increase the down payment. It changes the loan terms. It actually becomes more favorable because the bank has less risk. All loans are based off of risk. If they feel like there's risk, then the terms are not as good. If they feel like there's less risk, the terms get better. Here are the factors for risk. FICO score. If you have a low FICO score, high risk, bad loan. High FICO score, low risk, good loan. Down payment. The bigger the down payment, the less the risk, better program. The lower the down payment, the higher the risk, not so good program. And then the last one is debt to income ratio. If you're maxing, like redlining, which most people do, by the way, which most people redline, they're like, hey, I'm going all the way to the top of what I can buy. Well, that's risky. But if you're just buying well within your range, not risky. Cool.
Construction loans, hard to get?
Yeah, but all loans are hard to get. There's no easy loan to get. Oh, maybe the what do you call those, paycheck loans? You just walk in and say, hey, trust me, I get a paycheck. Can I borrow $300? Yeah.
Group time.
Not everyone does. What does that mean?
Read the contract.
So not true.
There is always someone to help settle. Always.
Yep.
So
All right.
maybe they don't call it an arbitration.
Yeah.
Maybe they call it something else. But
Yep.
just read the contracts.
Yep.
User 9360. How much of a loan can I get with 145,000 annual income?
So it's going to depend a lot on your debts and your FICO score. But let's just say you have a perfect FICO score and almost no debt or no debt. Shoot, I'd put you're starting at 650, starting.
Big money.
And then you're going to start to run into something called county loan limits because certain programs only go so high and so county loan limits will kick in. It depends on where you're at and your revolving debt, but we'll help you out.
Right. What if I get pre-approved, but I don't find the house within 1 year to my liking? Do I reapply?
Your LO should have taken care of you. If you got pre-approved, they should be in contact with you and they should have told you, hey, listen, this thing's technically good for 90 days and then I have to refresh your credit and just make sure you still have the same income. Nothing dramatically has changed, but it goes indefinite.
Indefinite.
Yeah, so as long as I do refreshes every 30
Stay in
days,
touch.
yeah, just stay in touch. You can go for years. We have clients that look for years.
Yeah, we keep the files alive, guys. So
Yep.
all you got to do is say, hey, here's my new paycheck stub every now and again.
Yeah.
And we'll keep it alive. No worries. Dude, you ready to hit this? I'm ready.
You know what? We appreciate you guys. Thank you very much for all the love. Have a great day. We've been Chris and Lee.